What's up, guys? It's your boy Smalls, back with Thoughts from the Bench, back on the Vault, the weekly show that takes a look back at some of the worst and best jerseys in sports. With me, as always, is the incomparable Benny Buckets. I had to put my blinders on because you're such a star, you know.
Well, what can I say? I mean, stars are meant to shine, just like the ones on my hat. For everybody who is just, I don't know, a fan of treason and hates patriotism, the 4th is this weekend. So I had to sport it out, stars on a star right next to another star. So, I mean, we're star-studded this week, baby. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take these off because I look like an undercover cop, but... Benny, it's good to be back though. I feel like we have a pretty good topic. Before we get into that, I feel like we always kind of talk about gambling, so I'm struggling a little bit right now because there's no mobile betting in Connecticut, which is where I'm at. So
which is so tough, and that's anytime like when I've traveled, right? I've been in other states where I hate that it goes off by location because I'm like, okay, well, listen, if I'm betting with Pennsylvania money, can it still be legal if that's where I'm going to go back?
Yep.
So that sucks that I can't necessarily bet in other places, and with you living there, that's tough, buddy. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, yeah. So, but where I'm going with that is I still have I really have the itch right now, and there's not outside of there's some hockey to bet on. There's, no one really bets on baseball. You could put some money down on basketball and stuff. The Euros are happening, but I think soccer is just kind of hard to bet on.
Especially right now. You figure France just got knocked off, and almost nobody saw that coming. So,
right. Yes, but what I've started to get into, and it's because of the Netflix series, I want to start betting on Formula One.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I on board with that.
So have you ever seen anything about Formula One? Have you seen the Netflix series at all?
Not the Netflix series, but I have seen some Formula One. It's actually entertaining to me. I don't consider NASCAR a sport, but I would consider Formula One a sport just because of what it takes. You're not just going in the circle for hours.
Yeah.
So I respect Formula One and I like it. I haven't seen the Netflix series though.
So the Netflix series, I was told to watch it, and I think Daniel Ricciardo, who's one of the big names in F1, was on Pardon My Take. Listened to that, and they just kept praising the show. So I was like, okay, let me just go check it out. I heard it from a few other people too that it was just something that's kind of cool to watch, not the sport, not the series. But I went to
yeah.
So I started watching the Netflix series, and it's fucking awesome. I'm obsessed.
See now look what you started. I have to check it out now.
Yeah.
This is look at us. Hey, if people will shout us out, we're giving away free plugs here, people. Okay, free plugs to everybody. Hey, but if you do get into betting that, please keep me updated because I would love to reap some of those rewards as well. Also, since we are on the topic of betting, I can't remember if I told you this already or not, but I did place an NFL futures bet where I guessed all 8 division winners, right?
So you told me this before the show last week, so tell the people.
Oh, okay. So the bet that I placed is only $15, okay? And I'm not telling you who I picked because I don't want to jinx myself, but I guessed all 8 division winners. That is very hard. That is in essentially a 4 to 5 month 8-leg parlay. Very difficult. But if I get all 8 of them correct, that $15 will turn into 27,000 buckaroos. So if I hit that, we're taking a vault vacation and we're going to make some awesome content somewhere on a beach or something. If I hit that parlay, the vault is celebrating like a motherfucker. So just remember it that today, what will be Friday, July 3rd.
Where'd you go? Oh, there he is.
All right, sorry. We're going to have to...
No, it's fine. No, just keep going.
So, okay. So on this day, July 3rd, right? No, July,
June 30th.
whatever day the show's coming out. What
okay.
day are we going to be airing? Whatever day this is, mark it in your calendar and know that at the end of the regular season in the NFL, to check back in with me. Okay, so that's going to be in what, December, January timeframe.
Mm-hmm.
Check in with me around the holidays. Okay, and I'll let you know if well, really, I guess I'm not going to be bothered. It was $15.
Yeah.
But I'll let you know if we're going to be blowing the roof off of casinos and bars in boardwalks at beaches and shit. Because if I hit that $15 to turn into 27 grand, we're celebrating.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Just make sure that everyone at home that's watching knows, if I pull off the impossible, it's going to be mayhem.
Yeah. So, and you also told me your picks. I remember most of them. They all make sense. Like, most of them are like not, I would say, really the AFC, your AFC North pick scares me. But everything else, like, I was like pretty on board with. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But
my AFC North pick and my NFC West pick are where I hold the most worry. But the other 6 I'm pretty damn solid on. It's just those 2, but those 2 are why the payout is going to be so big, because of the combined odds of those 2. And that's all the hints you're getting, you little leeches. So that's where we're going to cut it, but just check back with me at the end of the season, because I could be $27,000 richer.
Nice. Hey, let's blow the roof off of.
All right. Well, anyway, enough about.
Yeah. Hey, so what are you drinking?
I'm for it, but until then, I don't. Tonight damn it, I left my bottle up there. Well,
let me pause it.
Real quick I was just drinking a typical.
So Benny, what are you drinking now that we got that little bamboozle out of the way?
So bamboozle, I like that. I keep filling up this growler that I have, that I actually got from a winery, but it's for beer. And obviously you can't tell, but I put Old Fashioned Miller Lite in there in spirit of the 4th, America. I'm not even really a big fan of Miller Lite, but I put it in there just because I figured, I really wanted to immerse myself in the American culture. So I did that. And so I'm drinking that. I poured just 2 in here, so I'm keeping it polite. I had 1 before the show, so this will just be 3 total beers so that I can actually keep myself in check.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm having a respectable drink tonight. Smalls, what about yourself?
So, ain't no laws tonight because your boy's drinking claws. So, I'm just keeping it simple.
No goddamn laws. No laws.
No laws.
It's anarchy.
Yep. No, back to the basics, baby. Play the hits. I got that all over my keyboard. But, Benny, you want to start us off with this ad read?
Absolutely, I do. Today's topic is brought to you by the illustrious Marshall Fitness. Marshall Fitness is your one-stop shop for getting that gross-ass body back into shape. If you miss looking like what you looked like in high school, or you hate that and you're trying to escape it and you just want to become a better you, go to Marshall Fitness. Will Marshall runs the program, and he is going to build one specific to you based on your equipment, your schedule availability, and your personal needs and the goals that you have set for your own personal fitness. He also uses the MyFitnessPal app so that even when he's not with you, you can track yourself and make sure that you're holding yourself accountable so that the next time you see Will, you can show him that you made progress. Will is a very flexible guy in terms of what he's going to be able to do for you. He's the best in the business and helps get schlubs like me in shape. Please go visit Marshall Fitness on all of these connections here and hit up Will. Will, thank you so much for sponsoring the show as always. Keep kicking ass.
Yep, I want to have Will back on the show pretty soon because he is a sponsor. So
absolutely,
want to pay
absolutely got to keep the sponsors back on.
Yeah. So we're doing. So this will be different. I really like it. I think this is in the vein of what the vault is all about. We're doing ABA jerseys. If you don't know what the ABA is, it's like it was that. I don't want to call it the the USFL to the NFL. You know, like it's not quite like that. But like it wasn't around for very long. You know, it was basically a league that kind of came, and they just wanted to throw for, like, they were almost like, was it like an NBA affiliate league almost, or was it like its own thing?
Yeah, so it was kind of like the G League before it was the G League, before it was the D League. Mm-hmm. It was like they were an affiliate, and some guys would go from the ABA to the NBA. So, I mean, they had a nice flow contract. If you don't know what we're talking about, watch Semi-Pro. That'll pretty much sum it up for you. Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl, shout out. No, the ABA was cool. It was only around for about 20 years, and then they kind of nixed that. But some of these teams became NBA teams. Like that. This is where the San Antonio Spurs were technically originally, and the same with, like, I think the Nugs as well. You know, that there were origins or connections, and a lot of guys came from there into the NBA, brought that culture with them. So the ABA is actually responsible for a lot of sick shit. It just doesn't get as much credit. So today we're here to give you that credit. If you were old as shit, you're in a rocking chair, and you were watching this show, and you played in the ABA, we're here for you, pal.
Well, I don't know. Dr. J was in the ABA, so like it wasn't like a schlup league, you know. Like it was pretty legit. It had some ballers, like it had some dudes in there.
It points. Yeah.
But yeah, it's different. You know, they're definitely more old school jerseys because, you know, this league was around so long ago. But yeah, let's get started. So I had to throw in the best ABA dunks. Like, not that they're that, you know, it doesn't look that athletic because all about the fundamentals, you know, back in the late 60s, early 70s. But it's kind of cool looking back. Like, you know, it's just one of those things where it's a classic. Like, the old heads are going to know ABA basketball, you know?
For sure. For sure. I mean, this has the stuff of legends in it. And actually, I think what we've been able to throw together today had some sick style. I mean, you even figured the refs kind of looked fresh as opposed to what they look like in the NBA. So, I mean, there was a lot of good stuff that the ABA produced. And I'm really happy we're finally getting to this topic, man.
Yep. All right. So, we'll start with your first one. What do you got?
All right. This was early days, 1968. ANAHEIM AMIGOS. I really like this. It's very simple, I think, because of the color scheme, right, with the orange, black, and the white. And the name AMIGOS is awesome. I think that's a great name for a sports team. And it's very standard, like almost like collegiate looking, but that's clean. Anytime you go with some sort of collegiate standard font, right, it's going to look organized. It's going to look like you're not doing too much. You're keeping it to the basics. It's pretty cool. And Anaheim, outside of the Ducks, eventually, you know, they were kind of a big city in California that got slept on. You know, now the Angels used to be the Anaheim Angels and then became the LA Angels. So, like, everything has gotten stripped from them. So I like to pay homage to Anaheim when I can. Really like the AMIGOS. This is very simple, bare bones, but I feel like they nailed what an old school basketball jersey is supposed to look like.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, first of all, the AMIGOS sounds like a minor league baseball team name. There probably is a minor league. Yeah. You know, like,
I'm sure there probably is.
But so, like, I think the name itself is, I mean, I would imagine, Benny, correct me if I'm wrong, but the name itself is probably what had you put them on the list. Just the AMIGOS.
1,000%.
Yeah, the AMIGOS, it's just an awesome name. Yet not like the flashiest jersey, but like none of these really are. But the AMIGOS, like all time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's the accent. Yeah.
All right, that's a great first pick. I'm gonna go to the 75 Nuggets. So before they joined the NBA, I actually don't remember what year it was, but they were one of the teams that the NBA actually ended up picking up. Probably because they had a decent fan base, decent players, decent teams. And the jersey itself, first of all, is like iconic because they still bring this logo back. it's just kind of it's a hard logo, and you just can't beat it. Like, it's just old school. It's like the minor, what do you call it? The pickaxe? Is that what it's called? So this logo is iconic. They always bring this back. The franchise, like, no joke, uses this all the time. I'm pretty sure one of their jerseys in like the 90s had this. Like, they've brought it back for several iterations, and like it's just cool. Like, it has like the pickaxe, like just mining shit. Like, that's so Denver, and it kind of fits the name. And like this is a jersey that I would probably buy.
Oh, dude, no doubt. And especially, I think it's cool that we see kind of, current NBA teams, perfect instance, the Nuggets, paying homage to their ABA roots and things like that. And it is, like you said, it fits the culture, it fits the team name. Their logo is awesome. And I really like the yellow numbers. I'll be honest. On the white jersey, it looks good. It's a rare combo, but I dig it, I think, for that reason. And yeah, dude, I mean, great pick. This is classic.
Yep. No, I mean, this is one of those picks that it's just a classic jersey and kind of what the vault is all about. My last pick is for sure like vintage vault. Like, it is one of my favorite picks because it's rare. This isn't as rare, but it's just old school, which I really like. So,
yeah.
So let's go to your second pick. First of all, great team name. I'm just gonna.
Hey, shout out to Ed Monix, another semi-pro reference if you didn't catch that. The Kentucky Colonels. Okay. For you illiterate fucks, it's not Colonels. All right. This is the Kentucky Colonels. Okay. 1975 throwback. This red, white, and blue Colonel kit, right, is just awesome. And if you take a look at the picture on the right here, I mean, does it get any more 70s than that picture with the little kid holding the ball and those three guys? I mean, that is awesome. Part of the reason why I put it on the list. But I also think it's a cool name. Kentucky has no pro sports teams, right? This was the height of pro sports outside of minor league baseball and, in like college sports. This was something, and okay, Smalls, I'm sure you'll probably check me on the Kentucky Derby, right? Okay, but I'm talking for human sports, right? This was like the peak. And the Kentucky Colonels, I understand why they didn't get picked up to the NBA, right? Didn't really have a large fan base, but I think that the look is kind of cool. Their logo was really sweet. It was like a K and the C was all one letter, but they made it look like that, and there was a basketball in the C as part of their logo. Real cool, real basketball gimmicky, which I'm into. And the red, white, and blue, America for the 4th this weekend. That's just that's it, man. I like the jersey. That's all I got.
Mm-hmm. So is that Vakitis in the center there in that picture?
Right on. I don't think so. I don't think he got to play for the Colonels, but I know that Monix did. So maybe that was Monix with a mustache. Maybe that's a real Ed Monix.
So Benny, this is just coffee black, Vakitis and Ed Monix, right? That's what this picture is.
Yeah, it has to be. This is before they got signed by the Tropics, and they must all been hooping down there in Kentucky.
Just ridiculous at the Kentucky Colonels. That's absurd. Let me just go down and get some drumsticks,
It is, but like, I kind of love it, and the fact that it goes together not only with, like, I get what they were going with the American pride vibe. Dude, there's KFC out there. You know what I mean? It is, you already referenced it. That's something that, like, it's another added thing as to why they didn't get picked up by the NBA.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to my second one. I'm going with the New Orleans BUCS. So I feel this is honestly a franchise I just never heard of before. Had to do a little bit of research on it. So first of all, they were only around for a few years. They got moved to Memphis where they became the pros. in 1970, I think. But they're so old school that this is vintage ABA, just vintage basketball. They used to play at the New Orleans Field House, not even like a stadium, like the field house, like a college field house, which is absurd, but
it is. But if you think about like early days of the ABA and even what like the G League does now, there are very few teams playing in G League arenas and things like that. So they may do with what they got, and I correlate that to this jersey. This reminds me of like a old school like college jersey almost. You know what I mean? Like what you see from throwback March Madness tournaments in the 60s, not necessarily a semi-pro basketball team, but I kind of like it, and I like it for that style. I like that they didn't do too much, that it was, that old cursive writing, which was super in at the time, with the collegiate with the collegiate numbers as well. It's a good classic wholesome basketball jersey.
It's very adult league softball, but I mean that was kind of the look back in the day,
that's what it was, and that's where a lot of these these drunk ass softball guys today get their things from. They're like, hey, you remember the New Orleans BUCS? Let's be those guys, and then they go and they get fucking beat 14-3 in their softball league or whatever. But I mean, so all the softball leagues out there, pay your respects to the damn New Orleans BUCS.
That's right. What a rant right there. I kind of wish they would have leaned a little more into the swashbuckler look, because the boys on here love some swashbucklers, some sea wolves.
Oh, dude, they're swashbuckles for sure. I mean, it's and a lot of people, I think, don't appreciate it. We give tons of credit to swashbucklers. I mean, on this show, I think we have hyped up more swashbucklers than any pirate movie of all time. I truly think that we have done the pirate community a service to this point. And the New Orleans BUCS, they're just the next added piece to this flagship of respect for swashbucklers. You like that? Oh, wow. You like that one?
Wow, the best in the business right there. I mean, I love me some Seawolves, but I wish they would have leaned into it a little more. I don't want to send you. Yeah, I don't want to send you again. But the people that watching probably haven't seen the blooper of that This Is the Vault commercial that we put together. But like I sent it to Derek, and it's just me and Ben not being able to record the swashbuckler clip in there. It's just because we were laughing. Or no, the Seawolf. The Seawolf.
Seawolf, yeah. We got to be able to put that out there. I think it's like a little content teaser for the people eventually. Maybe you'll see it on Thoughts from the Bench Facebook and Instagram eventually. But that is one that's still to this day like that. If you think that we fake laughter on here sometimes, sure, or whatever, to make up content, I promise you that is the most pure, genuine laughter I have ever exerted while doing anything related to this show. I have never laughed that hard in that reel. And I can't tell you how long. That is one, and it took us, 5-6 times to cut that part.
Yeah, at least.
Even
the last one, even the one that we used, like, you can still tell that you're still smiling. You're trying to contain it, but
I'm about to bust. I was right there, and it was like I couldn't get through an entire scene. Like, it was kind of like Smalls cut it, because the word Seawolf is just so goddamn ridiculous to me that you saying it with such confidence just fucking put me over the edge.
That's what I do. Love me some Pirates, the Buccos. So we're gonna go to your final pick here. We got the Denver Rockets. Interesting.
Denver Rockets were who the Nuggets were before they became the Nugs, right? I think this was, 2 years before the conversion, I think. This 1972 team, the colors are outstanding. I get that some people might say it's Lakerish, but this purple is like a softer, it's more of a lavender, if you will. This lavender and daisy yellow, right? Very, very flower-induced colors here. A great mix. I love the font. Again, we're going back to that classic collegiate style. Something that's underrated that I'm going to tie into this. The shorts have an actual yellow rocket logo, right? So, granted, this was like the Nuggets, the Lakers, and the Rockets of who you know today all had sex, and boom, this ABA team. But this is like retroactive, so maybe they time traveled, hot tub time machine, or mixing their flesh stew in the hot tub, and then they created this and sent it back in time. I think that's essentially what happened, and you made this jersey. First of all, guy up top, the guy you want to model. The slight tight fro, you got the thick mustache with the short shorts, and then the purple and yellow jersey. I mean, this is one of my favorite looks. The short shorts coming up with the yellow rocket tilted off to the side. It looked like, there it is. It looked like moon landing rocket. Like, it looked like your old classic cartoony thing that you would have seen when people made cartoons about the moon landing back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, and these guys look clean and smooth. You saw a lot of blacks, whites, reds, grays in the ABA. This was one of the first like standout colors, you know what I mean, that wasn't a part of your typical mute color wheel. These guys were both purple, yellow, and then they had a white jersey, but they had a yellow jersey. But the purple ones are my favorite just because they were slightly off in shade to a point where it was different enough and looked clean and original. And this is a team that I wish made it to the NBA and still kept that look. I know that the Lakers took on, a variation of this after they moved from their blue and white to a purple and gold, but this still is just, it's creamier, it's smoother, it's lighter. I like it. And so I'm a big Denver Rockets guy.
It's easy on the eyes. That's the thing.
It's easy. It's frothy. It's light. It's airy. I like it. It's something that I can see, and it's aesthetically pleasing to me. It's calming in a sense, And it's like you're just watching smooth, clean, fundamental basketball. That's why I like it.
Yeah, no, it definitely. I get that. It definitely evokes that feeling of just being smooth, and like I said, just easy on the eyes. Like, I feel like these guys. I don't know if they played like this, but I feel like these guys look like the epitome of just smooth basketball, smooth, cool basketball,
Yeah.
Now I love this. Definitely not like the most normal, like I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but like the most average looking jersey. Like, it doesn't fit necessarily to what we're used to seeing in sports. It's almost like a little girly, if that makes sense. But it's not.
Yeah.
But it's not. Like, it just kind of, it works.
These are in let me go out on a limb here, Smalls. Easter egg pastel colors.
Yep, you're going to Easter Mass, and you got your tucked in button down with your short shorts. Yep, with your Sperry's. Oh yeah. Well,
I had like, I don't know, probably Fila's at the time, something cheap. Whatever, like the Kmart shit was, maybe Proteges. I don't know. They definitely couldn't get into Sperry's at that time, but I tried my best. But no, this is very like dying Easter eggs. Everybody's in weird flamboyant colors, celebrating, Jesus's death or whatever. So, but this is where that takes me. But it's almost like it's like a comforting reminder, almost like a good thing. It's not. It's good. It triggers good memories, but it also, like you said, I think it bodes well into the smooth flow of basketball that I imagine these guys played with. Who knows? They could have been dog shit, but for all I know, I like to think of them as a smooth basketball team with a smooth jersey and smooth colorway.
Yep. No, I agree. So, I mean, it's a different look. I like it. It's really easy on the eyes, like I said. Like, it's good. So I'm gonna go with kind of a homer pick here. I'm gonna go
Homer.
So I'm gonna go with the 1970 Pittsburgh Condors. So back then, so believe it or not, the Pittsburgh team that was in the ABA was the inaugural champion of the ABA in whatever year that was. It was like 1960 or something. But it was the Pittsburgh Pipers then. They got sent to another city. But the Pittsburgh Pipers, actually, they were the first ABA champs, which is awesome.
What was that? Was that 62? I want to go out on a limb and say 62. It's either 61 or 62, I'm pretty sure. I could be full of shit. Who knows?
68.
68?
Yep, 68.
Okay, I was full of shit. Well, anyway, good going, Pipers.
Yep.
And to the Condors. There we go.
Yeah. So they went away. I think they went to Minnesota. Became the Minnesota. I'm looking at it now. Minnesota Pipers. Came back again. Were the Pittsburgh Pipers first season. Then transitioned to the Pittsburgh Condors. So Benny, I didn't know this. They had a they had a contest in the local Pittsburgh paper to try to pick the names based on a vote, the team name. They tried to vote on the team name through the paper. The team name that the people came up with was the Pittsburgh Pioneers. However, the Point State, that's it, right? Point Park. Yeah, I'm all over the place right now. Point Park University, they were already the Pioneers. So Point Park University actually stole the ABA Pittsburgh franchise's name, and they had to go with the Condors.
Somehow this is Derek Whiting's fault.
Yep, I agree. That's where I was going with that. Yep.
Retroactively, since he was a D1 champion, because there was only one division in whatever the hell they played.
Yep.
Yeah, in the NAIA. So this is Derek's fault. In some way, he's why we couldn't be the Pittsburgh Pioneers. The Condors, I thought that was like an old doo-wop band, I'll be honest, and maybe they are. But it's not bad. I like knowing that there was some history of basketball in Pittsburgh, so I'm a fan. Yeah,
so, I mean, first of all, this is the epitome of the vault. Shit like this is why I make the show. This is a rare jersey that is kind of old school, has a really dope logo, and is with a team that no longer exists. That checks all the boxes for me.
All the boxes. And I think too, one thing that's super unique is that it's not just a basketball. It's that red, white, and blue basketball that the ABA used, which I also think is super cool.
Awesome.
So it was in a way, I think subliminally, it was like the Condors own the ABA. You know what I mean? Hey, we have the league ball here, so fuck everybody else. Yep. You know what I mean?
It sucks because they were awful.
They were so bad. From what I know, obviously we didn't watch them, but from what I was able to pick up.
Yeah, no, they were pretty fucking bad. They were so bad that they tried to move. They realized that the team was awful and no one was really going to the games, so they tried to move the franchise. No one wanted them. They dissolved. But the jersey itself is pretty cool. I really, like you said, the basketball is awesome. It's that old school kind of globetrotter looking basketball. The bird, it's just like an old school logo. With throwing the gold.
Super old school.
Yeah, throwing the gold numbers. It's just kind of I really like it. It's just super, super old school, super vintage, and again, no longer around. It also, coming from a guy that, I'm not a big NBA guy. If Pittsburgh had a franchise when I was, growing up back home, I would have been an NBA fan. I just never had a team
for sure
to latch onto. And I know, obviously people from Pittsburgh, they usually find a team somewhere that, they become fans of.
I did. But I wish that we had a team, and I feel like that would have made a lot of people more open to basketball, period, around the area had we grown up with a team in the area. And that's why, I think because it just was something that we never had, we're never going to get one. You know what I mean? And that makes me sad because I really would love to watch pro basketball in Pittsburgh, but it's sadly not going to happen. So that's why we latch on with our talents to this Condors team as much as possible.
That one went right over my head. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was flying too high. So, but we have a lot of connections, a lot of connections to this Condors team. Me personally and Smalls. Dude, this was just a perfect way to end our picks on the list. This was chef's kisses. Well done. And normally, we give each other shit for homer picks, but this was the best precipice of this Jersey mountain for ABA jerseys we had.
Yeah, so, and again, it's a homer pick, but I think it would have still been on the list had it not been a Pittsburgh team.
Absolutely.
It's rare, that it's no longer around. So we're going to honorable mentions. I really only had one this week. I know that there were a lot. I know the Pacers had, they were in the ABA. The Spurs were in the ABA, although I don't think the Spurs really changed that much over the years.
No, they've pretty much been the same.
Yeah.
That gray jersey that they use as an alternate now was like their primary back then, but other than that, pretty bland.
So I do have the New York Nets jersey with Dr. J. Right? Yeah, this is Dr. J, right? Yeah. So yeah, he was Sixers and New York Nets, like one of the best basketball players of all time.
Of all time.
And have you ever heard the stat about how many women he slept with?
I don't know. I mean, it's got to be a horrifying number.
Yeah, let me see.
But then again, how do we? I mean, granted, he was a tall, handsome athlete, but like, how do we know this is truthful? What if it's more? What if it's less? How do we know? What if he forgets? He's old now.
I'm trying to see. There's a number, and it's a lot of it's a lot of women that he slept with. Like he got around. It was something crazy like 1,000 or something. Like it was like
if we're doing the 4 digits, there's no way he should still be physically walking.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you figure just from the friction and in potential diseases, there's no way. I mean that he survived, but he did. So you know what? Maybe he's just the titan of basketball and humanity. I mean, Dr. J is a legend apparently in many facets.
Yeah. But I do like, this is very old school too. I'm pretty sure that they've brought this back at some point. Like it's just
they have.
Yep.
They have.
The 3-star, very American, 3 stars on the side. Very 70s too. Yep. There we go. Fitting the theme of the show right here. Yeah. No, I didn't really have anything else specific. Like I said, there are a lot of cool ones out there. The old Pacers ones were pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I figure I had to throw that one in there. But Benny, another great one.
Hey, I had a blast, man. I always do. This is my favorite part of the week.
Yep. So yeah. Hopefully the people don't notice it that much, but I had another night of technical difficulties.
It's all right. We persevere on the vault. Yep. Okay, that's what we do. Smalls, you push through. Great job, buddy. And also, as a disclaimer to people, this weekend, be safe. Drink responsibly, drive responsibly. 2 separate things. Don't Jason Pierre-Paul your hand off with fireworks. Make sure that you are following proper precautions for that, and just appreciate being an American this weekend.
Watch it. Be careful with your dogs too. That's one thing that always kind of bugs me with fireworks. Like you gotta
keep after your dog.
Yep, gotta.
I think I'm going to put mine in a baby Bjorn if I'm lighting any off, so that it's a quick grasp. I don't have any risk of him getting out and, trying to eat one or something. So maybe do that. Get baby Bjorns for your dogs if you're going to light off fireworks around your dogs. Watch the Formula One thing on Netflix.
Yes.
Formula One, we're shouting you out. Do us the
Drive
same.
to Survive, bro. Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive. You heard it live. Oh, that was good. I didn't even mean for that to Dr. Seuss itself. But hey, have a fun, responsible weekend. And Small, same to you, my good sir.
Yep.
And everybody, thanks for tuning in. Happy 4th.
Yep, happy 4th. Guys, this has been The Vault. Thanks for tuning in. Show where we take a look back at some of the best and worst jerseys in sports. This week we did best ABA jerseys. Definitely one of this is just a classic Vault topic. One of the reasons why I started doing the show. Benny, cheers, buddy. Have a happy 4th. America.
Thanks, pal.
Back-to-back World War champs.